If you watch my channel or if you've read my book, you know that I am all about a comprehensive approach to stress management. Why? Because that is the best way of achieving effective stress management, of figuring out how to manage stress for life, despite of the different kinds of stressors and situations that you will encounter. One of the things that is so important in life is proper nutrition. The way you eat, what you eat, how you fuel your body will absolutely have an effect on the stress in your life and how effectively you deal with the stress in your life. The bottom line is this, that if you fill your body, if you fuel your body with things that lack nutrition, processed foods, highly processed foods, junk food, fast food, fried foods, you are going to get what you're putting into your body in return. If you were, for example, driving a luxury car that requires a fuel that is a high octane fuel, but yet you put in there the cheapest stuff, how well before you ruined that vehicle, how well would it perform? It's not difficult to understand that, and yet when it comes to feeding our bodies, which is fueling our bodies, somehow we don't seem to make that connection as easily. The reasons for that are many, including conditioning and the marketing we are constantly bombarded by. But the bottom line is that if it came from a lab, if it was processed, if it's filled with sugar and a lot of salt and a lot of fats, it's probably not the right fuel to help you with effective stress management. And I realize that oftentimes people don't want to hear that because we live in a culture where hacks and quick fixes and pills that promise an overnight or instant solution are the thing right now. That's what's popular. But the reality of it is that you really have to do the work, if you will, lay the right foundation in order to have what it takes for effective stress management. That's what it comes down to, building that foundation, a foundation that affords you a certain level of resilience against stress and its effects. And the right diet is a big part of it. So what kind of foods on the other ends of the spectrum would be considered to be helpful for successful stress management? Well, things that don't stress out your body will probably be the same things that don't stress out the entire you, the you in general, and help you out with stress. So if you're eating whole foods, if you're eating lots of vegetables and things that are not processed or minimally processed, things that are healthy, things that are organic, things that are fresh, those are the kinds of things that your body really needs to be at its best. There's a big difference between surviving on poor quality food and thriving on food that truly nourishes you. And don't get caught up in the supplements and shakes and drinks and whatever that promise you to be the equivalent of eating 20 buckets of broccoli. That's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. Think about this logically. How could a little pill be as good for you as eating whole foods? I'm not denying that there won't be some benefits in some of the products, but don't get swindled into buying these things. They're really more interested in your wallet than your health. So focus on health foods, whole foods, things that truly nourish your body. There's a big difference between high calorie foods, which tend to be many times high in calories and poor in nutrition, versus highly nutritious foods, which generally speaking tend to be less calorically dense. So the bottom line is focus on healthy eating, stay away from the junk, stay away from the fast food, the processed food. Don't rely on the supplements and the shakes and drinks and magic pills to make you happy. Your health comes in the form of how you lay your foundation and how you care for that foundation. And that comes from a healthy lifestyle, which includes healthy eating. I understand that we're all busy. This is a fast-paced world. There are conveniences of all kinds, including ones pertaining to food being delivered to us, being prepared for us. But learn how to prepare foods for yourself. There are plenty of studies that show that foods that you prepare at home, as long as you choose a healthy meal to prepare, are going to be better for you nutritionally than what you order from takeout. Do you never have takeout again? Of course not. But as your go-to, it shouldn't be the drive-through, but rather something that you prepared at home by yourself. You are probably busy just like everyone else. Don't let that stop you. Your health is too important for that. You can do things such as meal preps. Maybe you take 1 or 2 days during the week to cook and prepare a lot of food. Get it ready, pop it in the fridge, pop it in the freezer, and then have your meals ready to go for the rest of the week. This is a good way to not be stressed out and not wonder what to eat, and to not give in to temptations of ordering that fast food when you really intended to eat healthier. I also want to bring your attention to the experts that are out there. There are multiple types of experts. You can have real experts, people who know what they're talking about, people whose job, whose life's work, whose purpose is to understand nutrition for humans. But you also have the so-called experts who really are focused on selling you something, and that something usually is not of whole fruit or vegetable. It's usually a product that was made by people, maybe in a lab, maybe in a factory. So be careful of those experts. The third category of experts I'd like for you to be aware of and make your decisions accordingly are the paid for and bought experts. Just because somebody has a degree or a background or experience doesn't mean that they're not necessarily a mouthpiece for a company with the budget for it. There are plenty of experts and educated people who promote things, products, supplements, whatnot, because they're getting paid to do so. Whether that's a celebrity or a scientist, it doesn't matter. Don't be swayed by that persona. Rather, rely on your common sense and on some good information of unbiased experts who are truly concerned with health rather than selling a product. If you'd like to learn more about a comprehensive approach to stress management, check out the link below.